So I work at Intel on Snap. If you guys saw the stickers up front, if you didn't, you should take some anyway. So it's an open telemetry framework. You can find it on github.com. I'll show you the link at the end. Yeah, my name is Tiffany, and that's my Twitter handle. So we have a workflow where we have collectors. So you can collect metric data, say if you want to collect metrics from PSUtil or a Docker container. And then we also have processors. So right now there's only one, which is moving average. But so basically you can collect metric data and then you can do something with that metric data. And then afterward you can go and publish that source. So say if you want to publish it to something simple like a file, or if you want to publish it to a database such as Influx Tv, OpenTSDB, you can do that. So, and then afterwards you can also show it in Grafana. So the big idea behind this is being able to make it easier to consume metric data, especially like so if you have servers, a lot of the time the utilization is actually really low, and this will help so you can actually see how much of that you're actually using. So here's another image of it. So you have like your server, your OS, a bunch of little pictures there where you're collecting. And then you can go say, if you want, you can filter that data with processing. Or you could completely skip past that and go straight to a database or your file. So demo. Let's see if this actually works. All right, so our daemon is called snapd. So we have, and if you look at it, there's a bunch of a bajillion options. So I'm just going to start it up with bin snapd, and then -t is for plugin trust. Right now I'm having that off since I don't have my plugin signed with GPG. And then my log level will be 1, so that'll tell me a bunch of information. So I start that up. You can see that REST API is enabled and what port it's on. So then over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load a few plugins. So I have a file that has all that stuff for me, so I don't make typos. So I'll be loading PSUtil, Influx Tv, and files. So I will be getting data from PSUtil, so like load, CPU, and then publishing that to a file as well as to Influx Tv.
Can you command plus the font a little bit?
Yes. Okay, now let me make it actually visible on my screen. Okay, so loading those plugins, you can see that it's loading PSUtil, Influx, and the files. So like if you did bin snapctl plugin list, you'll see all of those are loaded there, and it's signed as false since I didn't turn on signing for that. So then we also have tasks, which is what you use to go to collect the metrics. So I have a task here. So this one's in JSON. You can have them also in YAML. And so these are the metrics that we have it so that PSUtil can collect. A little config for that, which is very useful right now. And then so publishing to Influx Tv and also to a file. So I'm going to be using Docker to have my Influx Tv and my Grafana plugins over in there. Or well, Grafana's not plugin, but the other ones are. So I'm using Docker Compose to bring that up. Okay, so then I will go and I will start the task. And then I will hope things actually work. So for one, it's going to this file. So you could do tail-f, and you can see it's going to that file. So if I go over here, so I have my database. You can see in my databases I have Snap, and then if I show measurements, that is not what I expected it to show. We'll see what happens. All right, so there we go. It is this thing's 5 seconds, whereas Snap is every 1 second, so it's a lot slower. So here, this is the load. I probably can't read the bottom, but it has load 1 and load 15, and then down here is the VMs that are available and free. So like say if I wanted to add a new one, I have this little green thing here, and then I could add a panel for a new graph, and then I would set it to Snap, and then you can pick any one of these. So say I want load 5 now. So that one will show that, and then every 5 seconds that will be showing up as well. And then, so we also have this thing called watch. So if you do bin snap CTL, task. So actually if you hit task, there's a bunch of things. You can start, stop, remove, watch. So watch is where, so I have a task list. So there's this one task that I have running right now, which you can see going over on the side there. So if I do bin snap CTL task watch, and I put the ID, it will also show basically what I was sending over to that file over there. So then that'll just go over there. Okay, so yeah, we have a bunch of options here. Like you have plugin, task. There's member and agreement, which is for tribe, and tribe is where you have. So if you have a bunch of nodes, you can make an agreement where all of them are running the exact same task or have the same plugins on all of the ones that have that agreement. And then you have different members of different agreements. So, let's see. And also, when I was saying metrics earlier, so there's also a metric list. This shows all the different metrics that you can get. Yeah. Questions?
That went way over my head. So why am I using this? What's the basic gist of what am I getting out of this product? Is this differentiated from say New Relic, which was monitoring performance of my app? Where does this fit in with that whole ecosystem?
Okay, so well the thing about this is, so you can have a bunch of different plugins. Like you can have one from like Prometheus or Docker. Basically, you can create any plugin for that collects stuff. You can even use existing ones if you create your own plugin that gathers data from it. Even like Influx Tv, you can collect or put data into it. So basically, the main thing is it's supposed to make it so it's easier for you to consume to get metric data from different devices. Like from your, say right now mine's just on my laptop, but like if you have a bunch of servers and you want to get all of the like load or other data from all of those servers, you can easily do so.
Can I configure this for things like user data and metrics on visitors to a page and things like that? Is this open-ended, or is this really more for things like server loads?
It's pretty open. Like there's the one for like the Apache web page. You could create just one for pretty much anything.
Why is Intel releasing this as open source? And then how is Intel planning on making money from this?
Okay, so Intel's releasing this as open source because we want it so that other people can go and actually collect this data as well. Like, sure, it's helpful for us, but we want it to be something that's useful for everyone else to be actually able to see what is running, like get all the data very easily instead of like type PSU to get this one thing, type this other thing, yet another thing. And also so people can see how Intel architecture is working. And then your other one was, how does Intel make money from this? Buy our chips. I mean, it's open source, so we're not getting it specifically from this, but the goal is so that people can actually just see how things are working. Yeah.
So when I think telemetrics, I know like Intel's made a big push into the Internet of Things. Is that kind of a use case that you can see this plugging into, like getting telemetrics from hardware devices that a user might have, or that might be like have a commercial purpose?
That would definitely be useful. We haven't looked so much into like the Internet of Things side of it yet, like Raspberry Pis or a bunch of other things. So I don't have a good answer for you on that one. Sorry.
What technology stack is it built on, and if I wanted to write a task or a plugin for it, what should I write it in, or can I write it in anything or just use
Okay, so right now everything's in Go, and it's on Mac and Linux. We're working on having it on Windows as well, and we're also working on having it so that you can create plugins in other languages. We have JSON RPC, so you can write anything that goes with that. Like you can have a Python plugin if it uses JSON RPC. But yeah, the eventual goal is to be able to use any language that you want, so it'll be easier. And then tasks have to be written in YAML or in JSON.